Welcome back again on IESF 14 World Esports Championship Bali 2022 Fire Stage last round on PUBG Mobile, of course. And like usual, I would like to share some information about this event. The IESF 14 World Esports Championships will be a part of Indonesia Esports Summit 2022, an annual celebration of the country's esports ecosystem initiated by IESF and PBSC. With the goal to involve all esports stakeholders in Indonesia, including game publishers, game developers, pro teams, athletes, influencers, brand, communities, and media in the country. And this year, IESF 14 World Esports Championship 2022, followed by 106 countries. And this is make this event as esport event with the most nationalities competing offline and the largest outdoor esport competitive in Southeast Asia. With 4 marvelous thematic stages, we have Earth Stage, Air Stage, Ice Stage, and Fire Stage. And we have 6 games included: CSGO, Dota 2, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, PUBG Mobile, eFootball 2023, Tekken 7. And today, last round of PUBG Mobile on Fire Stage. Before we gonna start the match, before I tag to the casters, I want to tell you that this event can be held by support from our government sponsors. So thank you once again to Kemenparekraf, Kemenpora, KONI, and OC Indonesia, and Wonderful Indonesia. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again Donna Fiska and Chuchu.
Thank you so much, Gary. Now, before we introduce, I'm just going to introduce ourselves first. I'm Chichu and this is going to be Donna. But before that, we have to do formalities aside first. It's going to be thanking our sponsors. Yeah, we quite have a number. Main sponsor, JSL Group, sponsored by JSL Auto, Nusapay, DAS, Good and Crypto, Taiwan Excellence, Pertamina Hydro Coco, and official technical partner Telecom Cells. And we have official smartphone partner, Samsung Galaxy A series. As you can see, there's A33, A33, A53, and A73. I memorized that. An internet service provider partner, IndiHome. We have also travel management partner, here in our hotel partner, which we are at here right now, Murasaka Hotel and Episode Hotel. We have esports broadcaster partner, Minisky Global, IFEL, and ESID. And production partner, Lemon ID. We do have our media partner, Transtudio, Detikcom, esports.id, video.com, Dunia Games, Dance TV, Dance Play, Merah Putih, Bola Score, and Kami Bijak.
As well as we want to thank our government for their support. So thank you so much for Kemenparekraf, KONI, and OC Indonesia, and also Wonderful Indonesia. So once again, thank you so much. Without all of your support, we wouldn't be here.
Yep, and all you guys watching at home as well, we want to thank you for being with us since day number 1 of IESF World Esports Championship up till now. We're still not done yet because we still have the grand finals.
Yeah.
And today is the last day of the play-ins.
Oh my God, not only the last day of play-ins, this is gonna be like the last game of play-ins, and this is gonna be like the last chance for both Group B and also C. And what interests me so much is actually there are several names. Some of the teams or some of the countries is actually in not a very good position in terms of the leaderboard itself for now. But yeah, let's see.
I mean, like the countries that in the red zone are the ones that we will be predicting later.
Oh my God.
This is going to be the last push, and also there will be somebody will be relegated from the top 11 to go to as a grand final, especially coming up from Group A. I cannot stress enough for the fact they might be pushed down. In this case, Bahrain, do they still have a shot here? For Bahrain, really, based on the last performance, they only gained 3 points in total. They are one of the teams that's in dire need for points. Can they have the last push? They need to get double-digit eliminations.
Yeah, there are gonna be like some pressure going on around them actually in the red zone area in terms of the leaderboard itself. But I believe like from what the other teams or the other countries, especially like in the upper side or upper position in the leaderboard and also the lower position of the leaderboard, they're gonna have fun here.
Nothing else to lose. I mean,
nothing else to
for
lose.
those on the higher bracket, I mean, like, they can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want.
What one thing that I really want them to do is actually like to experiment things actually, because like before they are gonna like facing the other strong contender in the grand final. Yeah, they it's good for them to experience things.
But at the same time, for me, if you compare it with the teams that advance into its grand final, which is going to be another 5 team adding in towards the top 11 later on in the grand final. So we have all 16 teams this time.
Finally.
Finally, we have a normal match. But if you look at how they are at right now, they already got themselves warmed up. They already toned themselves of how the expectations are towards the games tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whilst the teams that's not playing, waiting in the grand finals, yes, they've been studying all the teams' rotation, but are they warmed up enough?
Actually, yes, that was also what I thought, actually, Cucu. And previously, I was having a little bit of interview with Indonesian media, and they were asking me, like, how do you feel about Indonesia's team that will competing? Yeah, that will competing tomorrow. Are they gonna have like a high stake of winning or a high chance of winning? I said, the percentage is above 50% actually, but not that high, because like one of the factor is like what you just mentioned, that they are not here yet, while the other strong teams that we saw the capability of them in the group stage is here.
Yeah,
they got the feeling, they got the vibes already.
Yeah, that's kind of true. They already know what to expect, and they already get themselves in the zone here. We're talking about the other players, even though they are a very strong team, but can they keep up? Because they only have 3 days, whilst the other teams now there's a pro and con to it. If you compare, like the teams though, while we're having the groups, can they sustain their stamina till the end? Because it's an entire week non-stop, 9 matches per day we're doing for the play-ins, adding more 5 matches later in the grand finals. Do they have the capability to keep up?
I hope so.
They have to.
Yeah, they have to. That's what pro players do, actually. Like, if you want to be pro player, not only you really need to sharpen out your skills and also your strategy, and also like make the bond between all of the teammates stronger, but also like how you have a self-management, actually, right?
True.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what they have to do. But Cucu, talking about the last match though, Sanhok. It's been like fun Sunhawks, actually. 2 Sunhawks that we've been casted is
Today.
Today. Finally, you got Sunhawk.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, after 2 fun Sunhawk that we saw, what do you expect with the last Sunhawk here?
We saw earlier that the circle was quite unpredictable. It comprises a big wonky circle that have a lot of water ratio in it. That's already not a good start for the teams. And also we kind of have a lot of circle that's kind of unpredictable, since it comprises all the islands as well. So when it comes to Sanhok, it's a very small map, but the smaller the map is, the more high chances the teams will have to clash quite early on. Now in this case, in the last match though, we had this talk with Doggy before.
Yeah.
The teams that actually need the points happen to be having the same mindset. They happen to be clustering together. Now, none of them actually winning. Like, I told them a story. If you put it in a story, it's like 3 fishermen's boats having to poke themselves each other for their boat to drown themselves, to drown each other out. But the big boats happen to just crush them later on.
Yeah.
So it's like none of them actually winning.
Yeah, that is actually unfortunate for them. That is not a good situation for them, actually, right?
Definitely.
Definitely. They really need to do it all out, actually, for this last match, this last chance for them. But speaking of Sanhok, the first Sanhok actually like won by Chinese Taipei, and obviously Chinese Taipei still gonna on this game. And also the latest Sanhok, which is won by Team Brunei Darussalam, and obviously Brunei is not gonna play again for this match. So, do you think Chinese Taipei is gonna have a winning condition for them, or is
I mean, like, they
a high
are quite
chance?
in the safe zone right now. They are pretty much in the safe area. So I don't think they, like you mentioned earlier, they might want to experiment some new moves or new strategy or rotation based on the other teams that are still not competing right now in the grand finals. Maybe testing out new drop spot if they want to. This is the time for the teams in the top 5 to test out their new drop spots when it comes to Sunhawk. And then just to point out, I think this is the most tournament having the most Sunhawk, by the way.
Oh,
Because we never had
definitely.
this much Sunhawk in a day.
3 Sunhawk in a day. Oof.
Usually they just play once, right?
Yeah, once a day.
Once a day or maximum like once a week possibly. But back to it regarding the Chinese Taipei, they're definitely not really having that mounting pressure behind their backs. But the one that should be focused on right now, who will land themselves in the 11th place? Because right now the point gap is not that too far either. Up to the 12th and 13th, they still can catch up. But will Libya be pushed down? That's another story.
Yeah, that's another story talking about Libya. Libya is also in the red zone, but by the way, this is not updated yet.
Yep.
Yeah, the point and also the placement that we see today. But talking about the last game, as usual, we're gonna have our prediction. What about you, Chuchu? Who do you think?
Unfortunate team that we will be jinxing right
Oh
now.
no, I hope not for now, please. No.
They're in the need of help because right now we are giving them more bad luck by predicting that team. So for me, it's gonna be coming out from Vietnam this time.
Oh my God, Vietnam from Chuchu. And I will go with Egypt.
Yeah, it's a reverse.
Yeah, and both Egypt and also Vietnam is actually still in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, like the points is not too big of a gap. They can catch up as long as they didn't being eliminated quite early. They have so many conditions they have to meet up, including not having any sort of handicap since the start. They cannot afford to even lose one man straight off the bat. And not just that, they have to make sure all the teams above them being eliminated first.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have to be not too reckless about going all in too early on. So it's like everything has to be calculated very precisely efficient.
Exactly. And I hope that everyone is gonna enjoy this last moment, this last dance, especially maybe harshly saying the teams that are not gonna like proceeding their way into the grand final, because like this is gonna be like the last game for them to play. So yeah, have fun.
Yeah, nothing else to lose, and that's going to be it for them. It's going to be showing off their pride. They are the representative for their own region and own country, so they have to prove us they are still in for the win.
Yeah, but talking about like these past 3 days, Chuchu,
So many things.
how do you think it is? How do you
mean,
feel about these past 3 days?
I mean, we saw since day one some teams are dominating.
Yeah.
It's just they're still dominating up till now.
Yeah, exactly.
And they are hot and cold team like Vietnam. Chinese Taipei is one of them, but they push in the last minute. But they are still teams that's still not able to adapt, including Azerbaijan in this case, or like Ghana. Ghana start to improve, but will it be too late now?
Yeah, I think so. It will be, I think, quite too late, because when we're looking at the point gap between Azerbaijan and also all of the other teams above them, it's quite far. So yeah, once again, I hope that they are gonna take this game, this particular game, as their experience, as their learning process to bring towards the next tournament that they will have in the future.
Yeah, maybe the next IESF, you know?
Oh,
maybe the
yeah.
next WorldEsports Championship, they will surprise us. But maybe today is not the day. But even so, this might be the day they got themselves the last chicken for our Playins, because we cannot wait and want to see. Let's get straight into our Sunhawk, our last map and last match for our Playins.
Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, the flight is up in the Sunhawk, as we are gonna witnessing who's the teams, the top 11 teams is gonna continue their way into the grand final tomorrow for the 3 days straight. And talking about flight path, it's like, yeah, it's quite equal for all of the team for now, and I cannot really wait who's gonna like really take the spot in Painan.
Yep. But when it comes to Come Alpha, it feels like very lonely there right now. But apparently there will be two teams getting themselves. It's going to be a Chinese Taipei and Vietnam. But if you look over towards Chinese Taipei, look at one player on top of Tambang. Now, Kam is so quiet, but the circle.
Oh my God.
Is this going to be a quarry circle?
I think, well, okay, I'm gonna feel my feeling first. Is it gonna be like Quarry, or is it gonna be like the
Painan?
Not Painan, I believe. Maybe between Painan and also quarry, western side of quarry.
Yeah,
Maybe
possibly.
southwest, yeah, southwest side of the quarry. That is my feeling for now. How about yours?
I have a feeling it might be Corey. I mean, like,
Oh, okay.
if it's Corey, then it's going to be really hard to predict for the movement of the players because it's multi-terrain, layers of terrain that the players should be focused on. There's not much places, not much compound to be hiding. Yes, there are compounds outside of the quarry, but it's just a very limited at the moment. On top of Chem Alpha, we do have Chinese Taipei taking on most of it. We do have one player on Tumbang just to garner or just to gain information and relay back to the entire team about the movement of the other teams that might be tailing them from behind.
Yeah, that is quite far. But talking about like Tambang and also Ruins area Nakam, it's quite empty for now. There's none of the teams concurrent or occupying the area of the that sea island itself. It's quite crowded in the B island area, and we're gonna see the Maldives team is gonna occupy the bootcamp area. The bootcamp area is actually like kinda a hot spot if the circle later on is gonna shift towards the southern area, because some of the teams like Vietnam maybe, just maybe, is gonna take the rotation, the pathway towards the bootcamp area, yeah.
If they happen to pass by there. It depends on the second or third circle, really. If it's not really comprised, if you can see, I think bootcamp's just not in the center. It's quite at the edge of it. If it happens to be on the second phase, it's not already inside of it. I think Vietnam maybe just going to go shortcut. Or they can actually go through bootcamp still if they want to avoid unnecessary fight. Because right now, Vietnam cannot afford to lose not even one member. They've been playing very, very conservative. They need to be slightly aggressive just to get themselves enough point to make it through.
Yeah, because like if they are not making it through to the grand final, it's gonna be like a big upset for them. But in the side of Team Iraq, no, I think it's some of a glitch in terms of like the elimination phase. We don't see it yet inside of the Team Iraq itself. But Paradise Resort, Ghana, I believe that Ghana is still alone in the side of the Paradise Resort. No contender at all that we've noticed in the side of mini-map. So yeah, but on the other side, South Korea got their way towards the elimination of the first man.
Yep, it's going to be Egypt Tail making sure they got themselves first eliminations on top of Lakawi. And this is a good start for Egypt because they really need the points as much as Vietnam here. And both teams are struggling to keep the boat afloat. They're still trying to slowly coming up from the shorelines to just get whatever that move along the process is just going to shoot it down. But the problem with them right now, they don't have enough in terms of utilities. Some of them don't even have their gears up.
Even helmet on is a bad situation. Actually, if you want to really commit it into a war or initiating a war. But unto the 4 to 5 minutes into the game, we are only seeing like some of the slow movement coming in around the players itself.
Just to clear things up, in case you guys are looking at Iraq not getting any elimination, do they get eliminations though, by the way?
So.
Because Djibouti's is not supposed to be playing, their ranks is there, but the players are not actually there in the meantime. But back to the current situation here, we do have Guatemala, who happen to be not having any sort of a problem on top of Quarry, and still taking their own sweet time to loot up because they don't really need to get into too aggressive fights early on. Even though they have nothing else to lose right now, but they have a lot to prove towards the nations and the ones that are watching in the World Esports Championship.
Yes. Actually, for now, Monikil from Guatemala is having a little bit of a challenge here in terms of like some of the equipment that they got for now, because like it's so minimum in terms of like it kit and also another healing prom that Guatemala looted, because like in a quarry area maybe it's so minimum in terms of looting equipment. But onto the other side of the island itself, Team Maldives seems to be like really looted up because they went away from Painan itself, and they went into the Painan itself, and maybe it's gonna facing Team Maldives, as Team Maldives is actually like the conqueror of the Painan area. But Mauritius is there.
Mauritius, this is the time to shine. They are the footsteps. That's going to be really scary. Maldives, their whole cavalry has arrived. My God, you heard the footsteps just now. That goes with the DBS. He's waited for the entire time. Fion next. My goodness me. There was a valiant effort. Still managed to secure one. Couple of, make it two. 1-4-2. They got themselves a discount for the knockdown, but here comes Vortex. He tried to fit it. Oh, what a Kobe from Sky. Dude, my goodness.
Oh my God, Team Maldives as the conqueror has been collided by Team Mauritius. One man standing, one man left from Team Maldives. Are they gonna be out of the game here? Because Vortex is gonna be like searching the last man standing from Maldives, but that one last man standing is still there alive.
Mauritius seems like everything in their hands right now. Maldives didn't see this one coming. They couldn't have predicted this. There's always somebody in the compound. You cannot assume it's vacant. But here comes to cook up Nate. It won't be in on the angle. Coming up from another one, Lord, cooking it up. Tossing towards another window, straight into Toxins. Oh, so close of getting knocked down. Toxin managed to heal himself in the last minute. Shredded almost his vest. He got himself an upgrade of loot, boosting himself up, but the footsteps getting nearer, and here comes the DBS.
Oh my God, but Team Maldives once again is gonna be up with 3 men now, because they can manage to revive themselves up, but Mauritius though really need to be extra careful because Team Maldives is getting ready. But I can see one player from Chinese Taipei is trying to hunt them down.
Here comes, they're walking on thin ice. Mauritius versus Maldives. Mori trying to keep them away. Mori getting on one with the DBS. Vortex is down. But here comes Toxin trying to do plays here. Going towards the first floor with the DBS.
Oh, what?
Jump and shoot. Toxin getting on lower. Toxin. Oh, so close again, Addy. Mauritius being eliminated, obliterated. It's going to be entire team out. But here comes Chinese Taipei. I can't even pronounce his name right now. Ooh, he's just going to finish off the job. The housekeeping team.
Oh my God, Chinese Taipei is going to take this chance as maximum as possible as a third party. They want to messing around, but the problem is he is still alone. No backup whatsoever. So I think it's not going to be like a big committed push towards the Painan area, towards the compound that has been occupied by Team Maldives. But it's too bad though. It was too bad Team Mauritius because things go south for them. Because actually like they can actually won that war against Maldives.
Yeah, just a bit too late when it comes to the backup coming in just to save their teammate. But here comes Maldives fighting against Chinese Taipei. They spotted out Chang Fu. The rest of them are here. The entire cavalry of Chinese Taipei is here. Eddie with the Vector. Try to close the door, making sure they cannot have an entrance. Chang Fu taking on Toxin. Iran taking on another team, but here comes Eddie to do the play. It's going to be 1-1 trade, 2-1 right now. Mori, last player, survive. All he needs to do is just exit out. There's no way he can fight this one out.
But I think 2 men from Chinese Taipei is not going to let him get away from Painan area. But Mari is ready with his DPS gaming. Once again, Mari as the last man standing cannot really stand strong there. Chinese Taipei got their big win here. 3 elimination point has been pocketed and securing Painan area, which is the center of the next circle.
Is a fish eat fish world.
Oh, yeah.
After one, the other. I mean, like, now Jordan taking on Egypt. I mean, like, Egypt, they cannot afford to lose anymore. Vietnam and Egypt. Vietnam is playing it as slow as possible. While we do have Bahrain, can they secure double-digit eliminations? They need that kind of push to make sure they got themselves squeezed in the top 11. On the Jordan side, they are taking elevations of the grounds right on the outskirts of Cave. Spotted out the rest of Egyptian players. IESF and Krona will be in dire need of help, but they don't have men anymore. They lost heavy casualty early on. Look how Jordan just tried to out-corner them every way possible.
This is going to be very interesting as we can see. Jordan, as far as we remember, is a very aggressive team as well as Egypt. So if they really committed to push towards the Egypt, to collide towards the compound that has been occupied by Egypt. It's going to be like a big war, especially with late position. He is so ready to take or to give cover for his teammates.
On the other hand, we do have Iraq players trying to scout out for more victims there. Ghana left with only one remaining member and just gonna hide it out till the end of it. They need the position points and take a bit of a scooter moment for Volt and Golden, our last MVP in the previous match when it comes to Murama. But Egypt saved by the bell, but they opened fire. What did Krona do that? They were leaving. Now he gave away his position just now. I'm not sure if Jordan want to make a U-turn, but definitely they are giving it away, their position. I'm like, IESF, trigger discipline is a crucial skills there.
Yeah, but once again, thankfully, that Jordan went away from the area itself. But Egypt is getting ready to really face the Jordan's attack towards them. But Jordan still hunting them down in the area of the corner of the circle itself. But on the other hand, Guatemala still facing Team Bahrain. One man down from Bahrain.
It's not great in the top spot. David, what a crispy spray there. Perfect. Didn't even whiff it, even though he's a nick of health being shot down. Cheo just taking off the best of Choto. We're looking at Bahrain slowly losing men bit by bit. They're left with only Hassan again as their last surviving members. Cheo just going to finish it off. Guatemala will wipe off the best of Bahrain for now. Left with only Hassan. Can he bear the responsibility with the double digit for Bahrain? That's going to be a tough one.
Yes, very, very tough. Salman been locked down by the players from Guatemala, especially already thrown the Molotov by Cheo. And just like that, Salman is way out of the game. Only left with one player from Bahrain itself. But Team Guatemala doesn't really manage to take or to search for the last man standing, which is Hassan, I believe.
Yep. It's always Hassan.
Always.
You know, the funny part, Hassan is a bit a bit clumsy. So he always toss Molotov right like a different angle. But he always the last one to survive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but he happens to be really lucky. Now, the next circle will pop in within 15 seconds. And where will it fare? Because we do have Chinese Taipei right on top of Painan, scouting over towards the quarry. They're going to go 2-2 formation. While coming up from Samien, Nakam, taking it very long and sweet. It's going to be the Vietnam team. They're taking more health utilities just to play the healing match. But we do have Camp Charlie as our fourth and third circle here. And it's going to be a rough one. Whoever's in the main peninsula have to go towards the other side of the island.
Exactly. Especially the sea island area is quite empty for now. Only some of the players or some of the teams is already occupied Camp Charlie area, and this is going to be like a sweet kind of circle for Team Vietnam as they really want to win this game with a bunch of elimination points because the western or the southwest area of the circle itself is safe and sound for them.
Oh wait, here comes the fires. Iraq versus Egypt still ongoing after such a long time. Should have done and dusted there. Iraq is still not happy. They already secured 6 eliminations. They want 4 more. They want that 2 more from Egypt. They are hovering around the window. Krona couldn't not pick. I mean, like, Egypt, just build this one out. Take a vehicle, just flee. Because this is not the war they want to fight against. With Iraq already set a tone, really aggressive, they might just dig in their own grave here for Egypt.
Yep, still committed to both Egypt and also Iraq, but no, I don't see any aggressive movement being played by Iraq. They gotta play it safe for now. Maybe they are gonna wait for like a perfect opening, a perfect entry to really colliding into the compound area that's been occupied by Egypt itself. But they gotta move faster because the blue zone is hunting them down.
Will they move fast enough? Their own foot, by the way. There's no vehicle around them.
Yep.
Back to the side of Chinese Taipei, keeping the pressure towards Guatemala. Monikill almost being knocked down entirely, but definitely... Oh, never mind. It's going to be Chinese Taipei. Oh, coming out from the other end. Chinese Taipei, they have a go, want to rush in, but Jared taking on the flank side. Changfu with a UMP now charge forward. There's only one rock in between them. Hong cooking up the nade. Jared doing the same. They're going to exchange nade here. I don't see this going to be a happy ending, but here comes one for Hong. He managed to evade that one. Now Jared taking another one. It's going to be Jared taking on Changfu. Hong fleeing the scene here, trying to buy his time to reset, but Jared with the DBS, no mercy shown. He's going to go for the elimination here. He's doing savage move towards the side of the Chinese Taipei. Finish off easily. Hong, can he clutch this for the team?
Oh my God, Hong being the frontliner that is going to be facing Gyro is not going to be like a very easy situation going on for Hong, but he managed to take one man down from Guatemala, and just like that, Guatemala only left with 2 players, and I think it's gonna go south for Team Guatemala as Chinese Taipei managed to colliding into the defensive area of Guatemala, and just a snap of a finger, Guatemala out of the game.
Absolute decimation coming up from Chinese Taipei. They even get themselves a huge upgrade of loot from that death boxes around there. But for the Korean side, it's going to be Leith gatekeeping them. Will and Uriel, can they fight against Leith, the legendary guy in this entire play-ins?
Exactly, the legendary. But this is it. This is the only way to eliminate the player in the sniper tower. But Leith managed to dodge the molly out and went away with the buggy. And he is still alive, even though a lot of pressure has been sent towards himself. But South Korea is still hunting him down.
Are you kidding me? It was 2v1.
Yeah.
He even was on a watchtower. He get to have the space to jump down and just drive the buggy away. What is that, Superman?
Who is Leith actually? Who is he actually?
When I was looking at that, I'm like, no way Leith can survive this
Right?
one. The Molotov burning the watchtower. The support fire coming up from behind. But he's just sneaking away from that, out of the place. I mean, like, how?
Yeah, even actually, like South Korea's player actually have a vision towards Leith when he went away with the buggy and didn't manage to like send a single bullet towards him. This man is legend.
I mean, like this, he did some sort of magic, definitely. I mean, like nowhere else. Nothing that we can explain from that situation. Back to the side of Chua, our previous MVP, but Ragnarok coming up from Jordan, taking on Iraq. They are on the savage streak, if you ask me. They're going on rampage, but Ragnarok being knocked down. Iraq right now on fire. They wanting for more. They're not showing any sign of stopping at all. Lay with an AUG, got themselves an airdrop. Ragnarok will be safe if they pop enough smokes to us. I believe almost being pinned down by vultures now.
Oh my God! Thankfully, Leith is still there. Leith is still alive, but Golden though. Golden being the sneaky assassin from above them, but Leith, and finally he is taken down by Golden.
This is Golden moment. For the side of Iraq, Golden, definitely a smart move, ingenious even. Who would have thought he actually will coming up from the... Well, this is beyond high ground, right above them actually. Yeah. And it's going to be Iraq trying to move forward. They are crossing this bridge on top of Camp Charlie. Now they're trying to fish out anybody who swims. They spotted out Corona. There goes one more. Egypt eliminated next. This is not great for them. Can they still make it to the top 11?
Oh my God, I hope so. Well, let's see. Let's see about the result later on. But that was very unfortunate for Corona himself to be in the open area and also like facing Jordan and to Iraq, I believe. Yes, Iraq as the opponent. As we know, Iraq is also a very strong contender, but Chinese Taipei is gonna be like the next big team, or is it gonna be like things go south for Team Iraq himself?
It's a bit of a brawl between Iraq and also Chinese Taipei. We have going against Kalaga. And they're trying to play around our structure. They got outplayed by Chinese Taipei. Kalagan down on his knees. Golden revived by Volt. They're having another go. Shot finished off. Will is doing his best here. Can he clutch this as Hong is too far behind?
Oh my God. And another grenade has been tossed by Volt towards the IU. And then Hong himself he are gonna go away, go back from the Messi here that has been made by Iraq and also Team Chinese Taipei. But Iraq, this is gonna be like 1v1 situation between Auriu and also Volt himself. But Auriu is gonna like, he needs to be really extra careful.
We can't.
Yeah,
We can't even.
We can't.
We can't even pronounce his name, guys. Do
my God.
enlighten us, by the way. But unfortunate enough, we do have one more team out. That's going to be one of, I think, Jordan just now, who tried to get a go against Iraq. He's just on fire. There's no stopping them at all. Back to the side of Chinese Taipei. It's going to be Hong trying to play on the flank side, but Chua managed to shut down on Iraq Golden. They can still revive. Never mind, Iraq left with only one player. The Blues are closing in. Auriu is having a hard time to spot out Volt. Uriel on the high ground. Oh, we have Vietnam taking the elevations as well. Hong being spotted out by Volt. Now, Volt, it's not being spotted out yet. Hong has no clue. He got a straight shot. He can do it.
Oh my God, but what a trigger discipline, but this is gonna be like take too long as Aoi. I can say that now, Aoi, we can only just say Aoi for now, Choo. If not, we're gonna like loving it all until the late game.
Feels like we're in a jungle right now.
Yeah.
We're saying that word, right?
Yeah.
Tarzan. Are we Tarzan and Jay now?
Yeah.
And back to the Chinese Taipei, Hong. We tried to march to the side of Vietnam, and they got finished off by the Playins. And none of these teams we're watching right now is quite in the center of a circle. They are playing it very careful because one, the circle itself is the low ground. If they just entered it easily, they will be pinned down quite hard. Even though they got themselves a couple of compounds, like Tuanzi already parked themselves there. But Volt, on the other hand, still being closely watched by the side of Chinese Taipei.
Oh my God, Volt, from the moment ago, and he finally opened the fire and take one man down from Chinese Taipei. Not only one, but eliminated the whole Chinese Taipei. Oh my God, Volt finally.
This is a monster. This guy is a monster. He ever got himself, again, 13 elimination points. I'm not surprised. Out of 30, he got 6 by himself. He clutched that 2v1. How is that even possible? There was 2 people on different angles entirely. Back to the side of Iraq. Volt is still on the run. Hassan, still the last member of Bahrain, the last surviving member. As always, trying to play as quiet. We do have Vietnam in between. Winnie taking a shack, while we have Tuanzi trying to just fish them out with a bait with that big goal. It's going to be Volt again, almost being pinned down by Hassan. Just overpicked for a bit. Winnie on the other end. It's going to be a 3-way war in the crossfire. While we do have Vietnam side a bit more advantage when it comes to the manpower.
Yeah, and this is what they really want. But Hassan got spotted down by Volt. For now, Volt become the monster here. But Tuanzi also spotting Volt down and throwing a grenade, but that doesn't count, but that doesn't connect it towards Volt. But the second grenade though managed to eliminate Volt out of the game.
What a coup just now. Perfect execution down to 2v1. Hassan gonna do the play. Hassan, the one player of Bahrain since the start. He can do this. It's gonna be mano to mano. Hassan, can he heal himself up? He only got band-aids. What can you do with band-aids? It's not gonna be enough, Hassan. You have to charge in. Both of them are just charging themselves out. The difference is Tuanzi with a booster, while Hassan with the band-aids.
Yeah, but he still managed because there he still got the boost there with Hassan. But Hassan though gonna eliminate Winnie for now because but Hassan! Oh my God, he cannot really stand the aggression that's been made from Team Vietnam. And Team Vietnam managed to take winner chicken dinner for this last game.
Now, is it gonna be enough for the Vietnam to squeeze in the top 11? When it comes to the scoreboard, will it be enough? They got themselves quite a number of eliminations. They almost lost that chicken just now towards Hassan, the sole surviving member of Bahrain, the one-man army from the start till the end.
Yeah, he was such a star. Such a star. Spotlight is on him for now, Hassan. But, Juju, actually, like, if we remember the position of Team Vietnam, when they went into the play zone, there are no much opponent that they can take. That means not too much elimination point that they can collect.
Well, at the same time, fingers crossed, hopefully it's going to be enough. I agree for the fact that they are being a bit too conservative. We mentioned it earlier. They have to be extra aggressive, but the problem is they just couldn't find any openers to shoot down. But they managed to secure a couple of eliminations. But will it be enough? That's a bigger problem here because we're still waiting for the overall rankings. But for Maldives and Mauritius, that was a really close combat. The CQC was incredible in Painan.
Yeah.
I mean, for the side of Bahrain, they just couldn't make it. I hate to break it, but I have a feeling Bahrain can't make it up to now.
Whew, but I got a same feeling actually, because like this is a really tough situation for them actually, especially like all of the contender in the red zone area is actually like still alive.
True.
Until the late game, better. The place in terms of placement point, they are better than Team Bahrain.
You know, the funny part is Bahrain's so good when it comes to long distance kind of war, but they're always being shot down by Guatemala from behind.
Yeah.
It's always that case here, but we do have Chinese Taipei, a different player coming in this time. It just changed the dynamic of the entire team so different. They got quite a number of eliminations, but for the Iraq side, I have a feeling we're still going to have Volt as the MVP. He's just not going to die. He's just a walking and running zombie.
Who is Volt actually? After we saw Lath, the monster, now we got Volt. Actually, like this group stage has been insane.
It's just incredible.
Incredible. But yeah, this is the last game, and even though like we saw an earlier, the very conservative and also quite passive gameplay from what I noticed here in the first half minutes of the game, but the ending though. The ending is really intense.
It's not just that, it's because of the circle as well. There's not many compounds that actually take covers for the players, and it's so hard to predict this sort of a circle. Most of them kind of have the same mindset as I do, like they predicted it will be Quarry. Would have thought it's going to be on the different islands earlier, but Volt, they're this clutch. My goodness me, that was 2v1. I'm surprised. Why didn't double pick at the same time? They could have won that for Chinese Taipei.
I think only one condition or only one factor panicked or also shocked by Chinese Taipei. So they didn't really like ready to give a counter attack towards Volt.
It's Volt.
Yeah.
It's Volt. He just gave you a couple of Volt of charges coming up from lightning and you'd be zapped away easily. But for Iraq, they got 23 points. Definitely this is gonna be like really affirming the position when it comes to the top 10. But for Vietnam here, we do want to know, can they make it in the last minute? Bahrain, I feel like it's going to be a long shot though.
Yeah, 12 total points for Bahrain, especially with other contender as well, like Korea and also Chinese, not Korea, yeah, only Korea. Korea is like the strongest contender here in terms of like securing the top 11 position now. But Iraq though, back-to-back winner chicken dinner actually they got after they won the last Miramar that you casted.
Is it because of me? I want to feel like it's because of me
Actually,
for one time, because we've always been, you know, giving bad luck to the predicted teams, but at least this time it's working out for me, just like how you did earlier today.
Thankfully. But I'm intrigued to see like travel distance by Vietnam. Vietnam is like one of the team or one of the countries tend to have a really late rotation and also long rotation as well. So that's why 4,628 meters travel distance that they get, but only with one smoke.
I mean, like,
what?
well, they couldn't get any, possibly. I mean, if you look at Bahrain, though, the total damage is 182.
Yeah.
That's only by Hassan, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
He's literally carrying the entire team there.
With 182 damage.
My God, what a play.
Yeah. All right, so overall statistic, 42 total elimination. A good number actually being played by Group B versus C. Throwable used only 68, not a high number actually in terms of throw use. Kalaga from Iraq managed to take the longest distance elimination with 300-ish something meters. And in terms of distance itself, airdrop looted, pretty standard, pretty typical, with only 2 airdrop has been looted.
I think the Kalaga longest distance of elimination just now was the one he actually shot down of one of the Egypt players under the bridge.
Yeah.
He's the only one that actually spotted him out. But for Iraq team, I don't know what happened, but they got a different side of them that's really scary right now. You cannot stop them when they are on the rampage.
Yeah, actually, and they are gonna be like the strong contender as well for the grand finalists that we're gonna see the matches tomorrow. Actually, the start of tomorrow, 5 matches a day is gonna be like. Finally, we got to see some standard gameplays, some standard game, but Voldo
Again!
Whoa! All right, Vold as our MVP of the match, which 6 elimination points, 700-ish something damage that he's been dealt towards his enemy.
It's not the 182 damage then for like, oh, that was, well, never mind, that was Hassan. I wish we can get to see Hassan as MVP for once, honestly.
Yeah, hopefully.
But for this, it's going to be an average damage output coming out from a Volt, and it's kind of tally up when it comes to eliminations. But I'm still holding one of the best player when it comes to this lineup. I have to say for Iraq players, every single one of them playing, like I mentioned before, they are the MVP as a team. You don't look like I don't like to put it as a one-man show, but it just under the spotlight, like for Jordan, we do see a lot of, even Gaga these days are rising up to the occasion, but for Volt, they can't reach here without Kalaga, without every single one of them.
Yeah, actually Iraq is like their individual skill is like equal, I think. For all of
everyone is so important.
Everyone is so important, and everyone get their spotlight for each match actually.
Yeah, well, you know, the lineup we have previously was different. I don't have the full lineup for Iraq players, but I'm so sorry, guys.
We didn't have Awu as our lineup here actually.
How do you even pronounce his name? I mean, like
Awu.
I know. The funny part is they're putting it as the last match, but here comes. Drum roll! Congratulations for Pakistan. It's just 2 points different. 2 points different.
Oh my God, 2 point difference between Pakistan and also Bahrain. But congratulations for Pakistan, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Egypt, Maldives, Vietnam, Chinese Taipei, Iraq, Jordan, Brunei Darussalam, and also Saudi Arabia. You are gonna play tomorrow for the grand final.
But thank you so much for Bahrain, Libya, Mauritius, Senegal, Guatemala, Azerbaijan, Ghana, and Djibouti. It has been an honor to actually watch you guys in action. It's really an honor to have you part of our World Esports Championship.
Yes.
But my, oh my, look at the gap. I was scared for this, for Libya. They're really being pushed down in the last minute, in the 13th place.
Yeah, actually, it is so unfortunate for them. And I believe that both Bahrain, Libya is gonna like having some of a nightmare for them because like this kind of thing is happening.
It's just 2 points. Donna,
Difference,
it's 2 points. It's not even, it's 2 points. If it's like a 10-point gap, we can live with it.
Yeah.
But at the receiving end of Bahrain, this is going to be really broken-hearted for them. But it was such a good show. It was such a brave, valiant, action-pack coming up from Bahrain for the entire day. I mean, like they did having the last push as well. And also for Libya, it's just they did their best. It's just not going to be enough for now.
Yeah, they got their spotlight actually, like some of the play style and some of the game, some of the words that made by them is actually like insane also.
Well, we still have a lot of matches when it comes to the grand finals tomorrow. Can't wait and see for the 16th team to be in action. But let's just toss it back to our host, the amazing Gary.
All right, thank you once again, Chuchu and Dona Fiska. Guys, you already see the table. Saudi Arabia is the leader of the table of the day. So we have finished all of the play-ins on Fire Stage PUBG Mobile IESF 14 World Esports Championship. So before I close the event for the day. I would like to tell you that this event can be held by support from our government sponsor. Thank you once again to Kemenparekraf, Kemenpora, KONI, NOC Indonesia, and Wonderful Indonesia. And of course, tomorrow we will have a grand final for PUBG Mobile on IESF 14 World Esports Championship, still on a fire stage. Okay, thank you for watching, and ayam apa yang tidak bisa bertelur di siang hari? Ayam jantan, betul. Thank you guys once again. See you tomorrow on IESF 14 World Esports Championship. Bye-bye.
It's my game. It's my world. It's my community. We believe in unity. It's my game. It's my world. my game.